x in the denominator. Fraction with an x in the denominator. What can it be?
Is it factorial?
We call it rational.
Rational.
Perfect. Okay. So back to our graph, but I don't want to go back to that graph. So this is our f of x. Now, again, if this is a point P with coordinates x, and what should this be? This is a point on the graph of f of x. What should its y coordinate be if this is x? What should this be? If it's a point on f of x, what could that be? Let me give you a simple example, because this is a very important concept. So let's say I have f of x, and that is x cubed plus 1. And let's say this is 2. What will be the y coordinate? How do I determine the y coordinate of a point that is on a function that is x cubed plus 1 when x is 2? How do I determine the y coordinate? What do I need to do?
You can plug the x that you know.
Of course. So 2 to the third plus 1 will be 9. Excellent. Great job. Thank you. Good. So now I have x. What should this be then? If this point is on the graph of f of x, what will be the y coordinate of the point? Same idea. That's why I gave you a simple numerical example, so that we can identify the y coordinate of P immediately. What is it?
Is it x?
Say it again.
Is it x?
But x is on the x-axis.
Well, then it would. Can you explain that concept again at the top? Because I'm still I'm trying to put the two together, but it's not clicking for me to put the two together.
You mean this one?
Yes, please.
Okay. So if a point is on the graph of a function and you are given x, you have to find f of x in order to determine the y coordinate of that point. If you're given, let's say, 4, then you have to determine f of 4. If you're given 1, then you have to determine f of 1. So when we are given a function and we are asked to determine the y value, so we're asked to find f of x, and let's say for 1 you find f of 1, for 2 you have to find f of 2, and so on and so forth. You cannot pick the y value. You have to determine the corresponding y value. That's what we did with the simple graph. That's what we did with the simple graph here. We had when x was 5, y was 0. When x is 5, y is 0. When x is 0, y is 2. We cannot pick. I cannot say 4, 5 is a point on the graph. No. I can pick x, but I have to determine the corresponding y, which will be f of 4. I cannot pick both. I can pick one or the other. So if you reviewed this, and I will never ever suggest to my students to start working on the homework before they redo the problems we did in class multiple times. It's the only way to acquire the knowledge. So if you had reviewed this, or I hope you will, if you hadn't so far, everyone, not one person, when we plugged in -2, we determined the corresponding y. When we plugged in 0, we determined the corresponding y, and so on and so forth. And these are the points that we use to graph the function. So the same method that we used last time, the same method we use today to graph the linear function. And the same thing here. I was given a simple example so we can establish this from the beginning. This is very important. So when I'm told that the point is on the graph and I'm given x equals 2, I have to plug it in. 2 to the third is 8, 8 plus 1 is 9. If I'm given 4, I have 4 to the third, which is 64 plus 1. This will be 65. Is this better for everyone?
I'm just confused because on the f of x with p and x, we weren't given any number.
Correct. So all I wanted you to say is f of x. Indeed.
Oh, okay.
Perfect. Absolutely. Good pick. Yes. That's all I wanted you to say. So you understand that if I have x, the y value has to be the corresponding value through the function corresponding to the x I picked. That's why I gave a numerical example, so we can establish this. Excellent. So now, this point, okay, is, so if we call this x1, then this will be f of x1. And if I call this x2, what will this be? What will be the y value of this?
It would be x2.
Excellent. That's all I needed to establish. Perfect. So now, if I want to determine the average rate of change between P and Q, so the slope of PQ, which is the average rate of change, will be what? Can anyone tell us the formula, the slope formula?
Rise over run.
Yes, excellent. Rise over run, which is perfect in this particular case. Perfect. What is the rise? What is the run?
Y to x2 minus, well, no, y2 minus x2 over y1 minus x1.
Let's try again. The rise has to involve only y. It cannot involve x. The run has to involve only x. One more time.
y2 minus y1.
Excellent. This is the same with y2 and this is the same with y1, but we will write f of x2 minus f of x1 over
x2 minus x1.
excellent. They have to be in the exact this order, right? The exact order that you see them here. F of x2 minus f of x1 over x2 minus x1. x2 corresponds, f of x2 corresponds with x2, f of x1 corresponds with x1. Excellent. So this will give us the average rate of change in my silly example, the 25 miles an hour. Okay, perfect. Finally, I want to get to something that we use now, or we have to use for a while. This is the same function. This is the same little p. Again, what are the coordinates of p? If x is the coordinate, what will be the y coordinate again?
F of x.
Excellent. Yep, it's just x. And now, so notice this is the big distance. Yep. So from Baltimore to New York, this is the situation, PQ. Now, what I want to determine is the slope of the tangent line, if possible, the slope of the tangent line here, because I really want to determine the instantaneous velocity at P. But I can't because I only have one point. So I'm going to say that Q is very, very close here. Very, very close. Not the same, not overlapping with P, but very, very close. But allow me to zoom in because otherwise I can't show you anything. But P and Q are this close. This is P and this is Q. But I will zoom in. So now it appears further, they appear further apart. But I will make sure that you understand that this is X plus a little bit. h, tiny bit, because they are very, very close to each other. Tiny bit. But I'm zooming in. So now I want to determine the slope of this line, which is really the slope of this line, because they are very close. But I need to identify first the y coordinate of Q. Can anyone help us with the y coordinate of Q? Y coordinate of Q.
Would it be f of x plus h?
Thank you very much. Indeed. F of whatever this is. I don't care what it is. If it's 4, if it's 2, if it's 500, I don't care. That's exactly what I need to plug in F to find the y coordinate of Q. Excellent. Thank you very much. Now, I want you to give me the slope of PQ being very close. And this has a special name. This is called the difference quotient. This was just the average rate. Same formula. But this is very important. It's called the difference quotient. Can anyone give us the difference quotient? Which is still the slope of this line, PQ. They are very close to each other. Same formula, everything the same. You just have to tell me what you see. You don't need any calculations, nothing. You just have to tell me what you see.
F of x plus h minus f of x over x 8 plus h minus x.
This is it. Of course, I'm going to simplify these two because x minus x is 0. So the difference quotient, the formula for the difference quotient to be remembered forever is f of x plus h minus f of x divided by h. That is where this is coming from, that you see it here, this. This is the difference quotient. This is the difference quotient for G. This is a different quotient for F. It's the same formula. So now I would like us to calculate the difference quotient for a quadratic function. Please pick any quadratic function you want. This is not new to you. This was plenty done in college algebra, but I wanted to review the whole thing from scratch. So please give me a quadratic function, any quadratic function you want to work with, and then we'll look at the rational function and then move on. Can anyone give us a quadratic function, please? Any quadratic function, please. Okay, Oscar, will you give us a quadratic function? Matthew, will you give us a quadratic function? Nathan, Nate, will you give us a quadratic function? Anyone?
X squared plus 6.
Okay, let's say plus 3x plus 6. Perfect. Excellent. Thank you, Marcus. Okay, so what is the question here? Find and simplify the difference quotient for this function. This is the requirement. Find and simplify the difference quotient. Okay, good. I will write the difference quotient first of all. F of x plus h minus f of x divided by h. In case you are wondering, how will this become the slope of the tangent line? You have to wait till the next chapter, and you will see how. Okay? Good. So I do have this, but I don't have this. Can anyone dictate how do I write f of x plus h for this function? Please. Okay, one more time. Kiss, are you with us?
Um,
Yes?
you
Gabby,
plug
go
in-
ahead.
You plug in x plus h for every x.
Excellent. So I'm ready. Just get us started for everyone to see.
So it would be x plus h to the power 2
What something is missing?
parentheses
Thank you. Very good. Plus.
plus 3 parentheses
Yes.
plus h plus
Yes.
6.
Excellent. Brilliant. Good. Can anyone, that's why we reviewed the special products last time. Can anyone give us x plus h squared immediately? If I call your name and you don't answer, I have to consider you absent. Even if you say I don't know, it's okay, but I have to hear something from you. I will not ask you to turn on your cameras. I'm fine with that.
It would be x squared plus h squared.
X squared plus xh plus h squared.
It is mandatory to review what we did in class because otherwise we're not making the progress we want to.
Is it
I couldn't hear you. I couldn't hear you. Can you say it?
squared?
Say it again. I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, 2x plus h squared.
Okay. This was.
Is it x squared plus 2xh plus h squared?
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. So we have x squared plus 2xh plus h squared. And if you ask why, it's okay, but I will refer you back to what we did on Monday. Okay, plus 3x plus 3h plus 6. Any questions on this, please? Any questions?
No.
Perfect. Awesome. So you already.
I'm sorry, I do have a question. Can
Yes.
you just explain how you got to that?
Which one?
To this final result that we just wrote.
This one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Which one? Which portion first?
I'm going to say the second half. 3x plus 3h plus 6.
3 times x is 3x, 3 times h is 3h plus 6.
Okay, thank you.
Perfect. Other questions? Is this clear, everyone? Is this okay? Okay. So then,
Yes, it's good.
is it? Other questions, Marcus?
No, I was just saying I was good.
Okay, perfect. So you're gonna see my style. I don't want to write this again. So I'm putting the equal symbol, circling it, or put a triangle or something else, which means jump over this and continue. Okay. So I have this piece. It's all this. I'm gonna copy it. X squared plus 2xh plus h squared plus 3x plus 3h plus 6. Now I reached the minus symbol, the negative symbol, and f of x, which is this. Can anyone dictate what I should write next? And of course, the denominator is h.
It would be minus sign parentheses x squared plus 3x plus 6.
Very good. Because I'm lazy, I'm going to do it in one step. But what you said is perfect. Perfect.
And then you would just flip all the signs.
Yes, I already distributed. Yes.
Okay.
Perfect. Awesome.